大家好，瑞士著名钟表品牌雅克德罗自1738年诞生以来，便以制作机械玩偶而闻名于世，并受到了欧洲皇室和乾隆皇帝的青睐。其中，我们最熟悉的一件作品，莫过于现藏于故宫博物院的写字人钟。如今，雅克德罗在腕表市场领域已经开启了全面转型，迈向更高阶的私人定制市场。今天，我们就来和雅克德罗全球 CEO 阿兰先生共同来聊一下雅克德罗转型之后的一些故事。雅克德罗在当时转型至私人定制领域是基于怎么样的考虑？就是在转型之后，市场有哪些积极的反馈
？Yes.But first, it's not a new market for us, because Pierre Jacquedot in 1738, he began to make, to create, and to deliver piece of art to the kings, to the royal courts in Europe, as well as to the Emperor of China, Qianlong, who was in the Forbidden City in Beijing, and he came to deliver this piece of art already before 1800.So it's a very long tradition, it's a very long history, roots, heritage of the brand, but we try to bring this tradition to the actual technologies, actual material, actual customers. That's why we call this Jacquedot 8.0 a disruptive legacy. There was the legacy very strong, with the legitimacy of nearly 300 years old legacy, but with the disruptive attitude to let them remaining up to date. And to answer your question about the market feedbacks, yes, we have good feedbacks because we realize that the people, the customer, the collectors, they know every year, they know better what we do, the watchmaking art. And that means that from a period of time where they wanted to be recognized with a status symbol, with something bling bling, now they go more to have their own customized, this is my watch, and not the one the others will have. So the people are ready, the market are ready now to go even higher, to create themselves the watch together with our artists, and to make their own watch, which we will never do twice.It's always 1/1 unique pieces. We never do twice the same watch. And this, the market in China here today is really ready for that.
我注意到啊，就是雅克德罗的腕表自诞生以来，好像从来没改变过表壳的造型。我想知道，在未来，雅克德罗会不会推出新的表壳的造型
？Yes, but you must understand that the round is a very historical circle is the historical form for watches in general, for all indication of the time. It's true that it was for centuries and centuries always round. It's also true that today we can be much more creative also, and we are ready to be. But as in our new approach, it's the customer himself who is creating together with our people, with the manufacturers, creating his own object, piece of art. Then we have to talk with the future customers, collectors, if they want to create with us a new form of the case of the watches. So I'm not saying no, I'm saying we have to work together with the customers, and yes, probably it will give a result with something else than the circle always for the watches.
我们知道雅克德罗呢，在这个动偶和艺术方面有极高的造诣，但是我注意到，就是在基础机芯的部分，雅克德罗一直以来都是用宝珀的机芯。在未来会不会除了宝珀，我们还会用到这个宝基和宝珀的机芯一起在使用
？As you said, we already work together with our sister brand, and in this watch, for example, in the Mind of the Skull.There is a 8 days power reserve Blancpain tourbillon turning. So it's already a collaboration we have with Blancpain. We could imagine others. We will create new automaton We do the automaton in-house. It's our artists and artisans who are making in-house, in the manufacture of Jacques Hedreau, the automaton, and we are building the movement also ourselves. So sometimes we need collaboration, and we will probably need other collaboration in the future. No problem with that. Can be with Blancpain, can be with others, but we will keep the know-how in the manufacture to be able to do ourselves, our movement, our automaton, being in order to repair it, to have influence on the construction, the production of the movement as well as the automaton.
我们看到，就是雅克德罗自这个转战私人定制市场之后呢，就是各种的创意层出不穷。然后我们想知道，这种创意呢是基于品牌，还是基于和客户的这种共同商讨的结果？所以我们特别想知道，就是雅克德罗在私人定制的尺度上是有多大？是说客人想怎么样就能怎么样？以及雅克德罗对于这个就是和其他定制品牌的这个区别，那个优势在什么地方？
It's both. I mean, every case is unique. Every customer is unique. Every product is unique. So it's every time another story. Sometimes the collectors, he knows exactly what he wants. Sometimes not. Sometimes we can propose him things and he will say, yes, I love this, I want this. But what is very important to understand is that we don't want anymore too many people in between the artist and the artisan in the manufacturer who are making the piece of art and the final customer. I want they come together. They come to see us in the manufacturer, or we talk through a studio we have organized in the manufacturer to have a good communication. So we need to put together the people who are making the products, the piece of art, and the people who will buy and wear the piece of art. And that means that it's a collaboration. Sometimes it's only a little change with the painting. This can be done very fast and nothing so much creative. And sometimes changing completely, changing the case, changing the movement, changing the automaton. This can last much more time, depending. And I want to avoid to have only a product against money. We like to have human being stories. And this is a human being stories in between two persons, somebody who would like to create his own piece of art and somebody who will be able to do it, an artist or an artisan. And this is why the answer is everything is possible. We can really do everything depending on how far the customer, the collectors knows what he wants. We do everything in-house, as I said, so we can react very fast. We don't have to find an artist somewhere who will do the object for us. We do it ourselves, so it's a very short time to begin to work on the piece of art, and we can go very far away because we have the métier d'art in the manufacture. So we can create with our people, which are quite young artists. We have an average age of 33 years old for all our artisans and artists. So this is a good inspiration for the future. And they are modern and they like to challenge themselves and to find a new way to create, new way to have a new interpretation of a very old métier d'art, for example.
您如何看待未来私人定制腕表的这个市场的前景，以及就是雅克德罗在未来面对这个市场会有哪些新的举措？
When you work in a brand like Blancpain, you have a very strong marketing rules because you show your marketing pillars, I would say, columns, base. We do sea protection, or we do golf, or we do gastronomy, and then you have to keep, because of the image of the brand is strongly clear from the brand. In our case, as we work with all our collectors, it depends of the collectors. Once again, it depends of the customer who would like to make something with us. It depends what he likes, what he loves, and what are the theme of his creativity, and in which direction we will find and create together with him the final piece of art. We have some example in car business, we have some example in the gastronomy, we have some, can be any kind of things. The marketing image is the customer's one, not the brand's one anymore. We are adapting, customizing through the taste and the wishes of the collectors.
因为之前就是雅克德罗腕表的，就是常规的腕表也非常受到大家的这个喜爱。那就是说之前就是买到常规腕表的那些的顾客的售后问题，雅克德罗以后是怎么解决的？
Yes, of course, it's one of our first preoccupation is to follow the customer. When you sell a watch, it's the beginning of a story in between a brand and his customer. So we have to be very, very, we must think a lot about how to go together with the final customer for the rest of his life. And that's why this is one of the big advantage of being part of a group. Jacques Hérault is working like a little independent, but it's part of the Swatch Group, the biggest watch group in the world. And we keep this independent philosophy. So when we talk with the customer, they come to see us. It's a small manufacturer. They can talk to the artist. So we are really on that scale, human scale. But we have the power of the group, which means that in all the customer service hubs around the world, in all the monobrand Blancpain or Breguet boutiques around the world, the Jacques Hérault customer can come and to bring the watch. If he wants to change a bracelet, if he wants to have a question, to make a service, he can bring the watch everywhere around the world in the hundreds and hundreds of boutiques we have, and also for the group hub, you can bring your watch. You're still a member of the group. The Hayek family is clear with that. It's part of the family. We are independent on the way to work, but we are part of the big group. So you always have the security and the perennity of the follow-up of your watch. Can be a 5-digit, 6-digit, all one, new one, it's the same. You are welcome to come in all these, as I said, Blancpain Breguet boutiques around the world, or any kind of Swatch Group offices.
我们非常感谢今天的阿兰先生跟我们分享了关于雅克德罗私人定制的一些事情。如果呢大家希望得到一只特别个性的腕表，欢迎关注雅克德罗。Thank you, Mr.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Merci.
thank you.
Bye
Bye bye, bye bye.